Disclaimer. This video is based on a newspaper column and is intended for informational purposes only. The column appeared on June 1, 2001, in the Philippine Star. The content and opinions expressed in this video are those of the original author and do not necessarily reflect the views of Defense Forces Insight. Please note that the information presented in this video may be outdated or subject to change. We recommend verifying any information from multiple sources before making decisions based on the content. If you want to read the whole column, I'll leave the link at the description. What happened to the $30 billion sale of Fort Bonifacio during President Ramos' term? From 30.3 billion pesos sale to 5.4 billion pesos left. What happened to the AFP Trust Fund for Modernization? The Bases Conversion and Development Authority, BCDA, was established on March 19, 1992, when President Corazon Aquino signed the Bases Conversion and Development Act of 1992, RA 7227, into law. The BCDA's mission is to transform military bases into integrated developments, dynamic business centers, and vibrant communities. To develop 150 hectares, 370 acres, of former Fort Bonifacio land, the BCDA and a group led by Metro Pacific Investments Corporation established the Fort Bonifacio Development Corporation, FBDC, on February 3, 1995. Fort Bonifacio was sold to Metro Pacific amounting to 30,359,605,589 billion pesos. Before we continue, hit the subscribe button and like our video for today. Thanks. Former President Fidel V. Ramos indicated that inquiries regarding the missing multi-billion peso trust fund for armed forces modernization should be directed to his successor, Erap Estrada. Ramos clarified that 5.484 billion pesos, rather than 8 billion, remains intact with Estrada. The discussion arose from the sale of the 240-hectare Fort Bonifacio during Ramos's presidency, which was a significant real estate transaction, or dubbed as the local real estate deal of the century. The missing trust fund has gained public attention due to poorly equipped soldiers and police against Abu Sayyaf terrorists in Basilan-Sulu, who possess superior weaponry and faster boats. Reports indicate that at least 15 soldiers have been killed, alongside civilian casualties and property damage, with no enemy bodies recovered. This has sparked growing public anger toward those responsible for mismanaging or diverting funds from the Fort Bonifacio sale, which were designated by RA 7898 for military modernization. Ramos has implicated Estrada in a financial issue concerning the sale of Fort Bonifacio. He reported that the sale, expected to yield 7.817 billion, only generated 5.484 billion pesos due to expenses and a dispute with squatters. Although this amount was collected, Ramos did not place it in a trust account, leaving management to the incoming Estrada administration. Estrada's government, however, failed to prioritize the much-needed AFP modernization during their 2.5 years in office, with Budget Secretary Benjamin Diokno postponing it due to the financial crisis. So where are the billions of pesos intended for the AFP? Questioning the accountability of former leaders Ramos and Estrada. Ramos states he has struggled to access official documents since leaving office in 1998, while Estrada's legal issues may hinder him from providing clear answers regarding the funds he allegedly received from Ramos. President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo should bridge the information gap concerning budget allocations by instructing her budget secretary to release a detailed public report with authenticated documents. She was the sitting president at that time, replacing Estrada via People's Power in January 2001. It highlights special account number A5514-170, which reportedly contains 5,484,705,000 billion pesos, questioning the whereabouts and intended use of these funds. The special account number A5514-170 was the account number shown on the blurry copy of the Bureau of Treasury Journal voucher that Ramos presented. It raises concerns about why the previous administration did not utilize this money for armed forces modernization and inquires about its current status and management. Even though the amount in special account number is far less than the 8 billion pesos anticipated, is it still there? Where could it be if it isn't there? It is illegal to use a trust fund for purposes other than those for which it was created. What prevented Estrada from utilizing it to pursue the AFP modernization if it was still intact in the trust account? Who received the customary commission and which bank received it? Taxpayers are seeking explanations from former leaders Ramos and Estrada regarding financial discrepancies related to the sale of Fort Bonifacio. Between 1995 and 1997, the Ramos administration reportedly collected over 30 billion pesos but deducted 14.698 billion pesos in expenses, resulting in a balance of 15.67 billion. Of the more than 30 billion pesos collected, only 5.484 billion pesos remains. Ramos noted that approximately 14.689 billion pesos was spent on various expenses, including shares for neighboring towns. After deductions, the remaining balance was 15.67 billion, from which only 35%, or 5.484 billion pesos, was allocated to special account number A5514-170 for the modernization of the AFP. Official communications between Malacanang and the military indicate that the AFP trust fund from the Fort Bonifacio sale was 7.817 billion, a significant reduction from the previously stated 5.484 billion by Ramos. This represents a 30% decrease of 2.333 billion, attributed to the Fort Bonifacio Development Corporation withholding funds due to the Estrada administration's failure to clear 64 hectares of land from squatters. The Estrada administration's agreement on a 2.333 billion reduction in sale price remains unclear, raising concerns about changes to the terms after the bidding process. According to Ramos, the buyer should have received the remaining 64 hectares so that the government would have received the remaining 2.333 billion. He noted that he had previously cleared the area of squatters, who have since reoccupied it, but maintained that this should not hinder the collection of the owed amount. The Estrada administration needed to spend money on relocating squatters to collect 2.333 billion owed to the government. Even with an estimated 100 million pesos budget for relocation, this cost was negligible compared to the potential revenue. The key questions raised are why President Estrada chose not to pursue the collection of this debt, and the bigger question is, who benefited the most? I hope you learned from our video. If you want to read the full column, the link is at the description. In our next video is Estrada's answer to Ramos' allegations. If you want to watch a video informative like this, click any of the 2 videos that will appear before this video ends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.